Independent hoe, I'm all about my business. I consistently continue to bring energy and known to keep it poppin' like I'm full of electricity. Try to hold me out, I wish you would have the audacity. Take a rap laxative, now I'm shitting on the industry. Self-made, not a title, cause it's my identity. And wear it on my skin like it's a part of my ethnicity. Mary keep on blowing like instruments in a symphony. That keep a player buzzing like Twitter when you mention me. Being 100's a everyday living tendency. And ain't faced by hating, it makes me increase my intensity.
YouTube world, what is good? What it do, everybody? Long time no see since I hit y'all up with a live, but ain't nothing changed. You know, it's the one man, Force the Eyes and Flavor of DFW Sports, getting off a little early action. You know, it's daylight savings, but you know, he done got to you when the sun is still up. Man, y'all know how we repping. Y'all know how I'm rocking. Ain't nothing changed back here, but you know, I'm trying to get back into the flow of things of doing some more content. Been having some life things, been lifing and stuff like that. But at the same time, we still been holding it down, finding everything that's going on in DFW sports. Your boy's still been connected, still been watching, still paying attention. He just ain't been bringing y'all that little bit of flavor. So before anything, make sure you hit that like button, go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification chime for your boy one time. We are now over 3,200 subscribers, so I want to appreciate everybody who's been chiming in, rocking with your boy. Just your typical fan from the DFW land. That's all it is, but I just spit it with a little bit of flavor where everybody can understand. So y'all know how we rocking. Make sure y'all check out my videos, the vlogs that, you know, we've been in the trenches of some of the games. I wasn't able to go to the Philly game last night. It would have been a fire one to go to, but you know, that didn't happen. But it's all good in that instance. Got a lot of things I want to get off my chest today. This segment, we just gonna strictly keep it about the Texas Rangers because you know they have been making a lot of moves. I want to give my little, you know, piece about that as the Rangers are making their offseason moves and doing some things, getting ready to gear up for 2026 season. So I'm gonna be basically spend a good about 15, 20 minutes about, you know, breaking it down, seeing what's going on with the Texas Rangers in that aspect. And, you know, a little bit later on, don't, you know, you see me in the Cowboy gear. You know, the Mavericks do play today as well. So I'm going to try to do a post game for the Mavericks as well as they take on the Heat, get ready to, they're in a 4-game consecutive game road streak coming here. So check on that. But, you know, it's Victory Monday for the Cowboys. I'll have my brothers most likely join me and how they feel about basically getting early Thanksgiving dinner on some of them dirty birds from Philadelphia. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. I'm just trying to make sure I sharpen up my skills a little bit. It's been a minute since I done, you know, been able to jump on with y'all live, talk some things. But nonetheless, y'all know 7:30 is really going to go down, especially while the Mavs are playing too. But we're really going to get into the shape of talking about what happened with the Cowboys going down. But you know, let me turn my attention for the Texas Rangers as they are in the offseason going on. I know, you know, a lot of people might not be liking baseball, but, you know, I keep in tune. If you haven't checked out a lot of the videos that done went down, you should already know your boy, he's been tuned in with the Rangers as that's just how that is. But, you know, let me get my 2 cents of what's going on. Man, y'all know Bochy, basically the whole coaching staff, Maddox, everybody, Beasley, everybody been shipped out. Everybody's been shipped out. And it's like, damn, bro. You know, you lost Nathaniel Lowe last year. You know, you decided to part ways with him, and now you're looking at not re-signing, not tendering Adolis Garcia. You know, you basically letting him go. You letting Heim go. Now you done traded Marcus Simeon. I mean, you traded Marcus Simeon for Brandon Nemo. You get an extra outfielder, you know, for what was said about Chris Young, for how he talked about it, how you got a more tough at bat. I hope he wasn't shooting shot fired at your boy Adolis Garcia, because that's kind of cold-blooded. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, I mean, out of all the changes that they'd have made in clean house like this, you would think, you wouldn't have thought that they won them a World Series 2 years ago. That's what all this move is going to be. But I had a lot of talks when I was going live, especially when we were talking about Texas Rangers, especially coming out from the game. It was like, bro, their offense has the last 2 years has just been, it just ain't been good. And then before the World Series, this team was playing the same way the last 2 years before they won the World Series. They were playing the same way. They were really playing the same way. They just got hot 2023. Something just clicked. I guess, once they got Nathan Eovaldi and then, Jacob deGrom, he didn't even give you a full season start. But at the same time, they invested in pitching to that degree, and they were able to take it some places. They were able to do some things and take it some places, and that just happened to be a hot year. 2024, as a team, they reverted back to the same way before 2023. They weren't stellar at pitching. They were hurt, and then their hitting just wasn't solid. Now, 2025 for me is something totally different. 2025, they had all the pitching talent to actually compete. Me personally, they had at least the pitching staff to contend for an AL pennant, at least at bare minimum. Your bats just didn't show up for another year in a row. And I kept saying to myself, and I had conversations with my brothers, it's just, bro, they've had the highest payroll the last 2 years in the AL West, and they'd have finished a struggling third both years, a struggling third. They tried their hardest in 2025 to stay under that tax threshold, under that CBT tax threshold. They tried their hardest to stay under that 241 million, but unfortunately, pitchers ended up getting hurt. They had to make some more moves, get some more bats in that didn't do nothing for them, like Jock Peterson and Rowdy Tellez. They made moves that just really didn't offensively work for them. And Chris Young, I think he got word from the owners. I think, they're talking about they want to compete, but they're not trying to spend over $200 million. What you going to compete in? What are you going to compete in? And to me personally, you're going to compete paying no more than $200 million, and you paid over the $241 million, and you were sitting at home for the postseason. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. So that is like a damning thing right there. As I'm looking at the Texas Rangers, just that fall from 2023 was so sharp, so swift, that I'm almost at disbelief that they actually won the World Series. Like, now, I do know they won the World Series. I was live for it. You know what I'm saying? Your boy was there for it. But I'm like, damn, dog. Adolis Garcia, I'm like, I get it, but I think y'all could have worked out something with Adolis that where he wouldn't have cost that much money. That's my opinion. Shedding the contract of Marcus Semien, that only gives you the only reason they'll keep Corey Seager, because that'd be the only thing that'll attract folks to the Globe Life. That's really it. I mean, nobody's really coming there to see pitch. Now, I'll go there to see Jacob deGrom. I'll go there to see Nathan Eovaldi. You know what I'm saying? I will. The way Jack Leiter pitched toward the end of the season, oh, no. Pitching-wise, they might just be straight. Then you got Jacob Latz as well. What do you want to do with him? Lord knows, can they just get anything from Kumar Rocker? Can they get anything from him? If you can get anything from Kumar Rocker, you might be all right, pitching staff-wise. But just to see just the whole new everything, like, they're not wasting no time. They just felt like the last 2 years they have wasted time. And it's more just because of the bats. It's more because of the bats. But, they're trying to get up under that money. They're trying to get up under that money. Significant payroll cuts. I told y'all, bro, they were looking to not go over that threshold, and they still did. And you see where it got them, where they still had to pay more and all that. But I'm just like, damn, bro, y'all charged us $100 for the Victory Plus to watch y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, damn, y'all didn't get a little financial boost right there? What you talking about? Come on, Fist Maker, what's going on? Sean McFarland from the Dallas Morning News, Texas Rangers beat writer, was basically had an article that went in and said the 2026 payroll is estimated to be between 192 million and 198 million. What? What are you going to compete with? You're spending less than 200 million. What are you going to compete with? You got to spend some money. Adola's going to mess around and go to the Dodgers and, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. He talks about Rangers need to build their bullpen because I think they're starting rotate. I think they can still go 3 deep, and depending on what it is, how they got with Kelly and who's the other guy that we had? I don't know about him, but they'll try to see. But I think Jacob Last will be your best guy, but I like him in the starting rotation, to be honest. They need to rebuild the bullpen, refine the bottom 5 offense, and slim the $241 million payroll number they worked under this season. So the club is not specific, but its payroll will be limited next season. If it was low as $200 million or even high as $220 million, they're going to keep at this point, you might as well trade Seager too, because you're going to get more for him. But you know what? Seager is going to be the only reason you're going to get some seats, folks in them seats in Globe Life Field. That's going to be the only reason. That's going to be the only reason. Rangers aren't left with much wiggle room without drastic shakeups. So this was one of them. Adolis is another. Heim is another. It's understood. Of course, they want to talk about Adolis Garcia and how he regressed from where he was. But, I mean, I think he still ended up leading the team with RBIs. That lets you know about everything. I think he still led the team with or he was at least top 2 in RBI. One of the two, bringing runs in. And you mean to tell me y'all still just weren't pleased with it? That tells you everything, that your whole lineup went cheeks, bro. Your whole lineup went cheeks. As we get notifications about the Mavs game, but they're cautiously approaching. Yeah, I know everybody's probably ready to trade Anthony Davis, but you're going to have to sit on it. You're going to have to sit on it, or at least try to finesse. And with Mark Cuban back in the fold, he might be able to do something like that. But, I mean, how do y'all feel about Adolis Garcia being cut loose? Do y'all feel like he was that bad? He regressed that bad? Because to me, I can't just put it on one. I can't put it on one bat. I will not do that. And like I said, for me, Seager, bro, he's so injury prone at this point. It's like, damn, dog. And he's too expensive to be a DH. That's where I'm like, yeah, you at this point, the way you rebuilding and what you say, you ain't even trying to spend 200 million, bro. You might as well ship him off then. You might as well cut them ties too. But I get it. You cut ties with him, bro. That Globe Life will be empty. Empty. They will be empty. No, Josh. I mean, bro, this is just a whole turnaround. Now, Simeon to me was a straight, constant professional. I think especially when he starts, he was getting a little bit older. I think he kind of did himself in the door by trying to be a little too mannish, too macho, too, just I'm gonna work hard every day and I'm gonna play every day. He wasn't on no low. I guess he ain't cut from the cloth where he ain't trying to hear no load management. And I think a lot with Simeon, I think they like Seager. I think they like Simeon too, but I think they would rather have Josh Smith playing every day. And it'd be better for him to play, in their eyes, in the infield. Not at first base and not at third base because you got Josh Young over there, but it would be better for him to still get everyday reps. I don't think Josh Smith has really earned that. He struggled toward the back end, but Josh Smith, 2024, he was one of the, if not the biggest bright spot Then you had Wyatt Langford, of course, but Josh Smith has shown that he deserves an everyday spot. And then what are you going to do? You're going to play him at shortstop, or are you going to play him at second base? I can see the reason why they would go ahead and try to see what they can get for Simeon, get off his contract, and then you get another play. But they only got $5 million in cash considerations on with the trade too. So I mean, what are you really trying to accomplish right there? But Simeon being gone means Josh Smith most likely is going to get that second base. I think he should. I think he should get that second base spot, and you get him in the lineup like that. I would like for him to play every day, but to each is how they all show it. Mets fans don't really like the trade. They like Marcus Simeon. Why? What it is about Brandon Niemöller? He 32. Okay. 32 dude from Wyoming. He does have a contract that's through 2030, earning $20.5 million per year. Simeon had $72 million left over on the next 3 years of his deal. So both players waived no trade clauses to complete the trade. That's kind of interesting. His OPS was nearly 100 points higher than Simeon's last year. He had 25 homers compared to Simeon's 15 for a club that spent the better part of the last 2 seasons desperate for offense. That's huge. So you're bringing in a good bet. This is the expectation for him coming in. You're going to have to slug. You're going to have to come in and slug because that's what they're wanting. He was former teammates with Jacob deGrom as well. Let's see what's going on Twitter. So so they're, who is this? MLB? MLB Network projected that the Rangers starting lineup will be Brandon Nimmo starting off. Got to get him a nickname. I'm gonna try to get him a nickname real quick. But you got him, then Wyatt Langford, then Corey Seager, Jake Berger after that, Evan Carter, if he could ever stay healthy, Josh Young, Josh Smith, and Kylie Gashioka. Only person that scares you is Seager, but if you're going to have to roll with Jock Peterson and Jake Berger, bro, they're going to have to give you way more. Jock Peterson is obviously going to be the DH, but Corey Seager playing shortstop to me it's nerve-wracking because he can't stay healthy. He almost has to hit a home run because you see normally when he makes contact, he's in a jog going around the corner, bro. He really is. He's going in a jog. He can't try to pull off and run fast because if he do, his hamstring gonna bust. His hamstring's gonna bust. So looking at if you try to project it like that, they do project Josh Smith at second base, which, like I said, he deserves the right to play every day. I do agree with that. Now you're saying you're basically saying him and Josh Smith playing every day is gonna make the lineup a little bit much more better. I'd have to see. Daniel, what's good, man? Join me at 7:30, matter of fact. 7:30, we're going to talk some Cowboys victory as well. I just had to get some baseball talk up off there. Brandon, what's good? The Astros, Alvarez guy got traded, I heard. Everybody's making moves, man. Everybody's making moves. I hear Ryan Helsley, he just got traded. Or is about to get traded. Mets fans ain't feeling Marcus Simeon. Hey, man, you know what pissed me off? And I told my brother this. I was like, bro, when I bought these jerseys, I was like, do you think they're going to stay around? Yeah, they signed the big contracts. Okay. Bought Simeon jersey. Bought a Dolis Garcia jersey. I ain't even here, bro. Come on. What Boosie say? Come on now, dog. Come on, man. As I'm looking through the Twitter timeline. What makes you... I'm not going to lie, bro. The Rangers, it's going to be... What we saw before the World Series run in 2023 and basically after, you're going to see a little bit of much more of the same. You are. And had they not... I don't want to say had they not went over the threshold or had they just been more better competed for at least a wild card or something like that, was a wild, at least made postseason contention, it could have been a little bit different. But I seen it in Boch during the end of the season. Boch, it was like, bro, I done had enough of this. And then they're trying to win and it's just not happening and y'all want to be cheap with the money. I gotta go. I ain't at the age where I got to be rebuilding stuff. And I totally feel Bruce Bochy on that. I do. But the Ranger fans, it's gonna have to be a summer thing. We're just gonna have to pull together. If they can somehow build a good enough bullpen, that be what keeps them in game. It's gonna be a lot of low scoring games, y'all. Like the dude from the Rangers been hitting me up in the email like, bruh, you know, we got these packages going again for the season. And I'm like, I don't know about what did Magic say. Might not gonna make it. Himself might not gonna make it. I don't know about that, Cletus. And like I say, they got to keep Seager because they got to put seats in there. And Seager is the one that will put seats in there. But at this point, if you're going to like rebuild, you might as well. And Jock Peterson, I guess you get another. Everybody basically gets a clean slate this year, as you see. But with them not spending money and they're basically adamant of not spending money, they're not going to care about how y'all Ranger fans feel about how the season is going. This is clearly going to be a season of we're just going to have to stomach it and hope we get lucky. And I hate that. I hate that type of thinking, but they're saying we got y'all World Series now. But it don't, at this point, it don't feel like it. It really don't feel like you brought us a World Series. That shit came and went like boom, like oxygen. It came and went. Gone. So, I don't know, bro. I don't know, but daughter that's now got home. But I think for the Rangers, it's going to be a long haul. Let's see how they stomach it. I'll be able to talk some more, Rangers coming up. But at the same time, 7:30, man, tune in. Be celebrating the Cowboys' victory over the Dirty Birds in Philadelphia. So had to give y'all a quick chime, seeing how things was going, man. Catch me here a little bit later, man. We're going to keep it rocking. But until then, y'all know, hit that like button, subscribe, and catch me on the next play. I'm out, and I'll catch y'all soon, man.
Self-made independent, I'm all about my businesses. I consistently continue to bring energy and on that keep it popping like I'm full of electricity. Try to hold me out, I wish you would have the audacity. Take a reflexive, now I'm shitting on the industry. Self-made not a title cause it's my identity, and wear it on my skin like it's a part of my ethnicity. Mary keep on blowing like instruments in a symphony. They keep a player buzzing like Twitter when you mention me. Being 100's a everyday living tendency, and ain't faced by hating, it makes me increase my intensity.